Over the past couple of months, I've had maybe 50 people ask me if they should release music over the holiday season, so November, December. Right now it's December 2024, and people are wondering if they should release music now or if they should wait for the new year and avoid the holiday madness. So the answer is a little complicated. For most of you watching, just to save you some time, the answer is no. You probably shouldn't release music during the holidays unless you're doing Christmas music. But in the rest of this video, I'm going to go over more of the nuances and also the why. So if that sounds interesting, keep watching. Hey everyone, Andrew here. The first thing I want to talk about is the reasons why, if you're not doing Christmas music, why you shouldn't typically release music during the holidays. So like November, December. Typically I will tell people, if you're doing regular music, non-Christmas music, don't release later than like the first week of November. And there's a couple reasons why. One, I'm going to show you some Christmas artists here. Their names are not down here just to keep them anonymous, but this is an artist that does quite good on Christmas. You can see right now it's in December. So this back here is Christmas 2023, and this year is Christmas 2024. We're on track to have an even bigger Christmas this year. This is what a Christmas artist looks like. And these artists aren't even like super big Christmas artists, but they have a decent amount of Christmas releases, songs and albums. And every year, the numbers grow, and they shrink back down, and there's a lot of pros to that, and there's a lot of cons to that. But, and let me show you another one that's a little more subtle. You can see he definitely has a lift in the end of the year, but it's not as significant percentage-wise as the other one I just mentioned. But his volume's a lot bigger, 63 million streams a year. This artist is only 3.5 million streams a year, currently at least. You can imagine, if all of these extra streams are happening for Christmas music, like a lot of this is some of it's ad-driven, some of it's social media-driven, but a lot of it's algorithm-driven. So if you can imagine that if a large, substantial amount of the public or fans are consuming more Christmas music, there's only so many hours of the day that people listen to music. So if people are consuming more Christmas music, they're consuming less non-Christmas music. The second part, which is arguably one of the bigger parts, is all these ad platforms that we use to promote our music, so Meta, Facebook, Instagram ads, is an auction. Google ads for YouTube videos is an auction. Like, these are platforms where you can run digital ads, but behind the scenes, they're inherently auctions. And what that means is the more competition there is, the higher prices go up. And what do companies do on Thanksgiving and Black Friday and Cyber Monday and Christmas and New Year's? They run holiday sales. So all these companies around the world are running massive holiday discounts, and they're all running ads promoting their holiday discounts to make money. And essentially, the higher competition of all these companies running extra ads causes the auction rates to go up very heavily around, again, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, New Year's or Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Those are particularly the worst days of the year to run ads. So you can imagine if you have a song come out too close to those holodays, it either means it's going to be starting off really bad, or at some point during its promotional life, it's going to be bad. You're either going to have to turn it off for a while or lower the budget to get through the holidays and then ramp it back up. And it's not the best. Now, that being said, a couple years ago, I released a song on December 8th, and it was totally fine. It wasn't like the best campaign ever, but it wasn't any worse than any other song throughout the rest of the year. And I ran campaigns on it later, well away from the holidays, and it did pretty comparable to how it did in December. So here's my kind of overwhelming advice for if you're not doing Christmas music, should you release music in the holidays? And of course, just like a lot of things in music marketing, the answer is it depends, but I want to give you some tips to decide for yourself. And the real one that I think about is, when is your next release coming out? For example, if you drop this song in let's say the first week of December, are you going to have another one in January? And if so, just do it. Just release it. It'll be fine, because you already have another song coming out in January. So it's not like if this one goes bad, it's going to ruin months of your marketing. Whereas if you don't have a song coming out till April, after that one that's going to come out in December, it's like the trajectory of that song is going to be like kind of your trajectory for the next pretty big block of time. So I would just say push it back to January, because people are already going to have to wait for that next one. And you don't want to be living off of a bad song, or bad performing song rather, for that long if you don't have to. But overall, my number one thing I would say is that if you feel that you owe your fans that track in that time period, like maybe you've been doing monthly releases throughout the whole year and you've made a commitment to your fans to do that, just do it. Overall, like making a commitment to your fans, doing things for an artistic reason, like maybe there's a good reason to release that song in December because it lines up with the story or something with your artistic identity, just do it. Like, there's a lot of decisions we make about marketing that are based around trying to do the most optimal thing for marketing your song. And there's certain sacrifices you will make when it comes to marketing. But in terms of release date and stuff, it's not going to make such a gigantic difference in the life of the song. So I think you should you should let your artistic integrity overcome the optimization thing with all the ads. So that's the biggest thing. If it makes sense for the song or for your fans, just do it. But then aside from that, think about how far is the next track out. If it's super far out, maybe just let this one push back into January. If you're going to have another one in January anyways, just screw it. Just release it. It'll be fine. You have another one coming out soon anyways. Now, what about if it is a Christmas song? When do you release a Christmas song? Well, hopefully, if you have Christmas music, you've already released it this year, because this video is probably not going live until, I don't know, like the 17th or 18th or 19th or something like that. And that's too late to be releasing Christmas music a lot of the time. Typically, a lot of Christmas music is coming out in early November-ish. Sometimes it'll come out like on Thanksgiving or Black Friday that week. Sometimes it'll come out very early December. Sometimes it comes out in late October. So it depends a lot on the artist. Most people I know, it seems to be in November, whether it's the very beginning, the very end, or somewhere in the middle. But if you're getting towards like middle of December, it's cutting it kind of close, because you can see here, right? This is the more extreme looking one. This is the artist going up to Christmas. And look what happens on the 26th, right? Let me zoom in a tad here just to make it a little more clear. We're talking about going from 30,000 streams per day to the next day going down to 17, and then by early January we're down to 6. Like, this is a huge swing. And just to give you that second artist, you know, they really spike hard on Christmas. 125. That's 125,000 listeners per day, not streams. If we go to list streams, it's 300,000 streams on Christmas Day. Next day down to 200, and then they're already back down to their year-long average of 160 something. So, you know, that is why you want to release your Christmas music a little bit earlier. You do get to ride it until maybe the New Year's Eve, but then after that, it's kind of dead. And a lot of playlists that are Christmas playlists, sometimes they stay dormant for the rest of the year, but sometimes people will cycle them through the holidays just to like kind of keep them going throughout the year. But moral of the story, if you're releasing Christmas music, probably do it in November. Typically avoid Thanksgiving, Black Friday week because of the ad auction rates, things I mentioned before. But you don't want to wait too late in December either. So try to avoid getting too late in December. You want to do early December at the latest. Probably don't do in October. Probably do it early November is what I would typically recommend. Now, if you're wondering how the heck do you promote your Christmas music or non-Christmas music, whatever it is, you can check out this video right here where I show you how to run meta ad campaigns, which is what I've used for the two people I showed you on screen. I show you how to do that from start to finish in this video right here if you're interested. And if you want to see what YouTube thinks you should watch next, check out this video because YouTube is a pretty good algorithm. You'll probably like that one, whatever it is. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.